Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Zooty Pickups. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Nike Air Force 1 Winter GTXs or Gore-Tex Highs. So these shoes came out November 1st of 2019 for a retail price of $199. They were part of a bigger Gore-Tex capsule collection, which included a bunch of Air Force 1 lows in various colorways. I'll put a picture right there, and a bunch of Air Force 1 highs in a bunch of different colorways. The highlight, I would say, were the Air Force 1 highs, and the flagship colorway for the Air Force 1 high was this super cool looking white and icy blue colorway. And while I did think the white and icy blue colorway was really cool in and itself, in overall wearability, I thought it would be kind of difficult to put into fits, incorporate into fits and whatnot. So I decided to go with this, this cool military olive drab / ranger green colorway. And I also thought it kind of fit the aesthetic of the shoe a little better because it's, you know, kind of like that winterized, ruggedized shoe. So here we have it. I have picked up the olive green colorway of the Gore-Tex highs. So this is actually a brand new silhouette from Nike. There's obviously certain parts of the shoe that took inspiration from other weatherized Air Force 1 silhouettes, such as the outsole here, which they took pretty much directly from the Lunar Force duck boots, and the kind of like overall high top military inspired silhouette I think comes from the SF AF1s that came out a couple of years ago, so you can kind of see some resemblances there. However, that being said, this is a brand new silhouette that has never been produced before, so that is exciting that we're still getting brand new Air Force 1 silhouettes. So let's start digging right into the shoe and talk about all the design features and functionality features that Nike managed to bake into this shoe. So starting out with the upper is mainly consisted of two different materials. You have this kind of like waterproof synthetic leather here on the toe box and the heel area right here. And then you have the stretch weave, which consists of the midsection and the ankle collar. The stretch weave material we've seen Nike use for the past couple of years, most predominantly featured in the Zoomfly SPs and a lot of the Virgil Abloh, the 10 collection collaborations. So hidden behind the synthetic leather and the stretch weave outer material, we have a hidden Gore-Tex Bootie that you can actually see right here. So if I press my finger up against here, you can kind of see that white line right there. And that right there is essentially the end of the Gore-Tex Bootie. So you can see the Gore-Tex Bootie does not extend to the top ankle collar area. It just kind of like covers the bottom half of the shoe. And that is what keeps the water out and keeps your foot breathable when you're wearing this shoe. That's what gives it the Gore-Tex branding. So having this Gore-Tex Bootie construction kind of creates a challenge in how the lacing and entry system will work, because you don't want to compromise that waterproofness with a traditional tongue and lace system, because that has points where water can ingress. So Nike solved this problem by adding a zippered bootie that is gusseted down the middle. So you just open the zipper and you can see this stretchy gusset that allows your foot to get in the shoe very easily. And once you're done, you just zip it right up. And as you can see, that pretty much seals up all the ingress points for water. The sides here next to the lace cage are all sealed up, so water cannot get in through here. So once you zip this up, you're pretty much set. No water can get in through the tongue. So I thought that was a pretty ingenious way that they solved this problem, and they provided ease of entry and exit as well, because a lot of these shoes, it's really hard to get on and off. So major props to Nike for this design. Another cool design feature here is this ankle collar. You can cinch down the ankle with this little pull tab right there, and that cinches this ankle opening, preventing you know, debris or water or whatever coming in from the top of the shoe. So you can actually see that all this stuff, you know, it's just not for looks. They actually had functionality in mind first. However, that being said, that doesn't mean they weren't considering the form while designing this shoe either, because there's a lot of cool design elements peppered all throughout. First of all, the laces. I really love the laces on this. We have these super thick, beefy laces, these rope laces that kind of remind me of of paracord here. And on the bottom of the lace cage, we have this AF1 badge, and it's done in this 3M material. I mean, at first I didn't know it was 3M because it's the same color as the other leather panels on the shoe, but I bet you can kind of see it right now when it's catching the light that it does shine, so that is pretty cool. And obviously you have the AF1 lettering embossed right in the middle. Another cool design feature I noticed was this toe box design here. So you can see they embossed the ventilation hole pattern from a traditional Air Force One into the toe box here, kind of as a decorative pattern. The holes obviously don't go all the way through because that would just compromise the waterproofing. So they just kind of put the decorative design here to kind of give it that Air Force One look and that Air Force One flair. Kind of like how, you know, NASCARs have that headlight sticker on the front. I think it's kind of like the same concept. Moving to the sides here, on the lateral and medial side, you can see we have this ruggedized rubber swoosh done up in black on this colorway. And on the bottom of the lateral side, you have some Gore-Tex branding embroidered right into the heel. Moving to the back, we have a heel patch that says Nike Air, done in the same ruggedized leather material. And on the top of that, we have this texturized pull tab, which I think is actually pretty cool. The pull tab has some holes where the ankle collar cinch goes right through. And because this stretch weave upper really doesn't have any structure, I think without the support of this pull tab, the stretch weave probably won't stay up like this. But this pull tab being so rigid, it kind of helps the high top keeps its structure and shape. So this is kind of like a two birds with one stone type of thing. It provides function and form at the same time. So that's pretty cool. One final bit of design detail I would like to mention is this woven patch right here that says the 10th. And basically that is an homage to the US Army's 10th Mountain Division, which is the unit that Bill Bowerman, the founder of Nike, was a part of during his military service. A little bit of trivia there. So now let's switch our focus to the inside of the shoe. The upper part of the inside of the shoe is lined with this micro kind of like grid fleece right here. That's incredibly soft and very furry. The rest of the inside of the shoe is a slightly different material. It's kind of like a mesh, kind of like a gray meshy fabric, but it still is a very nice feeling fabric to the skin. And the reason they lined the inside of the shoe with these fabrics is that, you know, you don't want to actually be touching that Gore-Tex membrane bootie that is surrounding the shoe. So, you know, you have that kind of like fabric on the inside. So at no point in time, you know, when you're wearing the shoe, are you actually directly touching that membrane, because that would be pretty unpleasant, you know, to touch that directly with your skin. Interesting thing is, if you kind of like put your hand into the top of the shoe on the inside, you can feel the kind of like folds of the Gore-Tex membrane. When you're wearing it, you don't really feel it, but I mean, you can, if you really try, you can kind of like make it out. I mean, I wish I could show this to you on camera, but it's definitely in there. So yeah, let's move out to the outside of the shoe. The midsole of the shoe in this colorway is done in this beautiful kind of like gum sole. You can see that the midsole is pretty much exactly like the midsole of a normal Air Force One. You even have this Nike Air branding on the lateral side. And of course, there is the Nike Air unit inside the heel. That being said, the outsole is pretty different. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, the outsole is a Lunar Force outsole. It is a ruggedized outsole with the raised lugs. And some cool design features I thought were the enlarged stars on the toe area. The signature Air Force One stars have gotten much bigger. And here on the heel as well, you got some of those stars. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool how they kept the original design elements, but kind of like ruggedized them to fit the bill for this shoe. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers all the design and functionality elements of the shoe. Let's move on to sizing, fit, and comfort. So sizing of the shoe, it's kind of strange. Normally Air Force Ones fit about half a size big. These, however, I felt like they felt a little more true to size. But that being said, because of this zipper opening here, sometimes you can actually wear it with like the zipper half down. I mean, obviously, like if it's actually raining or snowing, you want to zip that up so you get that full weatherproofing. But for the most part, it's not actually going to be raining or snowing. So I like to wear it with the zipper down a little bit. And when I do that, it actually kind of makes the top of the midfoot bigger, meaning that it fits closer to a normal Air Force One, half a size big. However, when I zip up the zipper, it fits more true to size. So, I mean, it's kind of like variable sizing, which is pretty cool. I would still recommend just going true to size because, you know, you don't want to have a shoe that's too small, but it is pretty cool that you can adjust the size a little bit with the zipper. In terms of comfort, this is kind of where the shoe falls short a little bit. It's not a comfortable shoe. The thing is, like on the SF AF1s, they have like a very special insole here that's super soft. It's like a very cushy insole. It's a different insole from a normal AF1. The insole on this shoe, however, it's just a normal Air Force One insole. You're not getting any additional cushioning whatsoever. I mean, you have that Nike Air unit in the heel, but that, you know, is not the most comfortable thing in the world. So this shoe, I mean, I'd give it maybe like a 6 out of 10 in terms of comfort. Do not wear these shoes if you're going to be walking around a lot. One final thing I want to mention was breathability. So this shoe, I mean, is a Gore-Tex shoe, and I think half of Gore-Tex is breathability. Like one half is waterproofing. Yes, obviously everyone knows that, but the other half is breathability. Like water has to escape from your foot and the shoe should be breathable. That being said, I mean, the Gore-Tex membrane is plenty breathable. The problem with this shoe is this toe box area here that's covered in this synthetic leather upper. The moisture that escapes from the Gore-Tex membrane has nowhere to go. It just bounces off the synthetic leather and I think it just like goes right back into your foot. So when I was wearing this shoe for an extended period of time, I noticed my toe box area getting very, very sweaty, and it wasn't evaporating the sweat very well. The side panels here with the stretch weave, these parts breathed a little bit better, but this toe box panel, I was getting very sweaty feet. And I know this shoe is meant to be a winter shoe, so I'm assuming that when you're wearing this in a very cold climate, your foot probably won't sweat very much, so it won't be that big of an issue. But I mean, here in California, I noticed my foot was sweating a lot, and you know, for being a Gore-Tex shoe, I think they should have done a little better job managing breathability. That being said, you know, would I still recommend the shoe overall? And the answer is a yes. I mean, this shoe, it managed to pack a ton of functionality into a package that looks really cool. I just really love this ruggedized, military-inspired silhouette. I'm just a total sucker for these types of things. And I just love the fact that, you know, it has all the technical features and it's able to look good at the same time. So, I mean, you don't come across shoes like this very often. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what Nike does with these Air Force Ones. I'm pretty sure they're gonna come up with more colorways down the line, and maybe perhaps we'll get some improvements in the breathability area in the future as well. So yeah, I'm gonna throw these shoes on feet so you guys can see what they look like. If you have any questions about these shoes, please leave them in the comments down below. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.